For better or worse, the universe chose Shankar to be the conduit to potentially revive a beloved IP from the dead. This beloved IP just so happens to be my favorite IP of all time. Something that helped me forge my identity while I was going through some really hard times in my life. Gave me a ray of light when darkness began to consume me from within. Okay, spoilers. It definitely was for the worse. You know, Racer X, I'm actually a big fan of Adi Shankar.
Why?
Adi's nuts, nigga! Listen, I've been dodging this bullet for too damn long, but the time has come, and so have I, to spit the venom and let it burn. I, Locust, your resident devil-hunting, swagger-dripping, nicotine-burning prophet of the absurd, subjected myself to the soul-crushing catastrophe that dares to call itself Devil May Cry, the anime. Not the sacred gospel of the games, mind you. And now let me tell you, this ain't just bad. It's a slow motion car crash where you're strapped to the driver's seat, half drunk, screaming at the void, while the world just laughs. My manhood is half-mast, my spirit is coughing out blood, yet here I am, dragging myself through the wreckage to tell you about this steaming pile of betrayal. This steaming pile of Shankar. Now, normally I'd be strutting my stuff, tossing out credentials like cheap whiskey shots, 2 decades deep in the Devil May Cry fandom, a goddamn scholar of demon slaying cool. But today, I'm ashamed to even whisper my name. For the first time in my life, I'm hiding my Dante tattoos under my red jacket, praying nobody asks. Well, to be completely honest, they're tattooed onto my soul. I don't have any tattoos pertaining to DMC. I reluctantly gave Adi Shankar the benefit of the doubt when it came to churning out dog shit out of his dog shit factory, and it turns out that I am slapped in the face with dog shit! Unfortunately, this dog shit is wrapped in a quasi-familiar red coat and a white wig and has the audacity to call itself Devil May Cry. It's an insult, to everything that I have loved, and I'm here still tasting the filth, ready to tear it apart for your amusement.
Well, I'm glad you're here, but didn't you mention that you were reluctant about doing this? Why?
Racer X, you're poking at a fresh wound, and I'm already itching to go feral. I was reluctant to rip into this Devil May Cry anime travesty because I'm trying to be a better man. You know, rein in the venom. Stop being a cynical bastard who shits on everything. I wanted to vibe with some positivity. Let my house stay clean. I want to talk about things that I love. But this steaming pile of animated garbage got dumped right onto my doorstep, and I ain't letting that disrespect slide. Look, I bleed for this series. On Exophase, I am one of the first 20 lunatics to platinum Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. That's not just a flex, it's a badge of obsession. I've been ride or die for Dante since the first game was a whisper in the wind. He is my Batman, my North Star. Hellraiser X, we called our studio Jackpot, named after my dog, who was named after Dante's catchphrase. As a kid, I built my whole damn persona, swagger, snark and all, around that red-coated, demon-slaying legend. And even now, I'm out here living like I got rebellion strapped to my back. So when I say this anime is a betrayal, it's personal. It's family. As for Adi Shankar, I'm not wasting my breath on him here. I've got a whole damn video expose locked and loaded, painting a target on his hack dog shit factory. And that drops soon, and trust me, it's gonna hit like a stinger to the chest. For now, this is about the anime's crime scene, and let's rock, baby. I'm gonna try play nice with Adi Shankar's Devil May Cry anime, extending it the shaky grace I give every other dumpster fire I review. I'll start out by gutting the negatives, because, oh boy.
Oh boy!
There's a slaughterhouse full, but I'll do my damnedest to wrap this up with something positive, some flicker of hope to keep the vibes from flatlining. Spoiler alert though, the better stuff is about as plentiful as a demon's tears. So don't hold your breath. Without further ado, smash that like, ring that bell, and hit that smoking sexy subscribe button, and let's peel back the skin of this abomination and see what's bleeding right beneath the surface. If I were a doctor diagnosing the symptoms of this disease beyond the fact that it is a goddamn travesty, I would point to the fourth sign of the zodiac: Cancer, or Adi Shankar. The cancer at the core of Adi Shankar's Devil May Cry is direction. A vision so misguided, it's like he aimed for the stars and went straight into the bowl for the most used porta potty at the Festival of Feces. Let me explain. The genius of Devil May Cry's world is it's a mystery wrapped in a leather jacket, a place that gives 2 middle fingers to your GPS and your calendar. Could be Earth, could be Hell's backyard. Nobody knows. Time? Fuck if I care. It's Suno, that glorious madman, said, no cell phones taint this universe, yet Nero swinging devil breakers like a cyberpunk wet dream in Devil May Cry 5. Music, it's all jukebox anthems, no streaming bullshit, no MP3s, and that's the magic, baby. A highly romanticized, retro rock and roll fever dream where every chord smells like rebellion and just the cheapest whiskey of all time. Perhaps I'll dive deeper into this concept in another video, but why do I bring this up? Now, credit where credit is due, Shankar had a vision, ballsy enough to pin this sacred chaos to a pre-9/11 New York City. A real place, a real time. It's a move I can respect, but holy hell, it is a skewed misfire shot that crashes and burns. Grounding Devil May Cry in a real-world setting kills its otherworldly swagger and buries it under the trendy, fleeting fads of the era. Exhibit A. That intro sequence, a clunky, out-of-sync disaster set to Limp Bizkit's Rolling. Now, in the very first lyrics, Fred Durst raps, "Now I know you be in love with this shit right here, it's the L-I-M-P biscuit right here," basically shouting his band on Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry is its own god, not a hype man for your band. It's like Dante shilling for a soda brand, crass and irrelevant. If Limp Bizkit had a track in the original games, maybe I'd light a cigarette and nod. But this is like tattooing a corporate logo designed by Ed Hardy on a rebel soul. This is just Shankar flexing his budget instead of his brain. Second, Shankar's new metal obsession could have been a filthy, sexy spark. Except, of course, he screws it up. Devil May Cry ain't new metal at its core. It's rock and roll, raw and untamed and industrial. If you're gonna play the new metal card, skip the rap rock nonsense and go for Dope, Static X, Fear Factory, or screw it, KMFDM, who'd slide in like a spike bat. Just to name a few. New metal was a broad church back in the day, and old heads like me remember its range. Limp Bizkit and Papa Roach were radio darlings, but Devil May Cry demands something darker, weirder. Using Rollin' is like slapping an Imagine Dragons track on a cyberpunk noir. It is lazy and tone deaf. Worse, it's a missed opportunity. Instead of blowing cash on a dated license, why not commission original music that captures the series' soul? Shankar's direction doesn't just miss the mark, it shot the whole damn target range into oblivion. This is the first indicator that Adi Shankar is a tourist when it comes to everything that makes Devil May Cry great, and clearly lacks a pedigree when it comes down to its core aesthetics. It was kind of like Adi saw the cyberpunk Edge Runners intro and was like, I want that, but with no real inspiration behind it. The theme song is a clear microcosm of the series' misdirection. Then there's the Rage Against the Machine implementation, a band that is so overtly political, they're practically a megaphone with a riff. That's half the problem. Devil May Cry does not need your soapbox, Zach De La Roca, but the real crime is aesthetic. Rage's rap rock sound, all chunky and grooves, and Righteous Fury ain't Devil May Cry. It's not even close. The series thrives on industrial-tinged rock and roll, the kind of sound that would make a jukebox in Dante's shop wail with pride. Not this preachy noise. And get this, Tom Morello, Rage's guitar god, has thrown shade at new metal, the very genre Shankar is half-assedly championing. Same deal with Billy Joel Armstrong of Green Day, whose American Idiot gets shoehorned into this mess. Billy's been loud about hating new metal, calling it trash when Green Day was dodging boy bands like Limp Bizkit on MTV's TRL. He's all about that punk rock purity, sneering at the theatrical heft of new metal like it's beneath him. So, what's Shankar doing? Shoving two artists who have dissed new metal into a show that's supposedly riding its wave, exposing his own cluelessness. It's like inviting someone from Palestine and Jisrael to a butcher shop and expecting a fun party. This incongruity is not the end of the world, but it is another nail in the coffin of this absolute shit show, piling the disconnect that makes every frame feel like a slap to the face, Racer X! Devil May Cry sound is supposed to be a love letter to rebellion, to the underground, not a parade of mainstream has-beens and political posturing that even its own artists would scoff at. One last stab at the anime soundtrack, and it's a wound that cuts so deep it's like Shankar took a sledgehammer to my Devil May Cry soul. The OST's butchering of Bury the Light and Devil Trigger, two holy grails of Devil May Cry 5, twisted into a mockery that makes my blood boil. Bury the Light is Vergil's epic, a sonic climax of his redemption arc in Devil May Cry 5, a soaring industrial-tinged rock and roll anthem that screams power and pain. In this anime, it's a blink or miss it travesty, vocals so limp-wristed and pop-drenched they sound like they belong in a teen drama, not the gritty, demon-slaying underworld of Devil May Cry. Look, it doesn't need to be all shredding guitars and heavy metal. Devil May Cry 5 proved that with bangers like Nico's Shop or the crunching rhythm of Chiba, tracks that weave funk, jungle, and swagger into the series' sonic DNA without breaking a sweat. But whatever this pop garbage is, it's got no business in Dante's world. Then there's Devil Trigger, Nero's banger, the pulsing electric roar of Devil May Cry 5's arc slapped onto Dante discovering his Devil Trigger like some cheap Reddit meme bait. Yeah, bro, I'm waiting on a Vergil on a plastic chair and it like my show please, guys, is plastered all over it. Shankar is out here pandering, screaming, hey, it's that song you guys all know, while waving his hat for applause. Stop it, Adi. Stop it right fucking now! You do not just yank Nero's theme and glue it onto Dante like it's interchangeable. Each song is the character's blood, their fight, their story! Okay, let's go talk about Dante, because Dante is Devil May Cry. It's beating demon-slaying heart, it's whiskey-soaked soul. Casting Johnny Young Bosch, look, I got mad respect for the guy. He's Nero to a T, nailing that punk-ass vibe like nobody's business. But as Dante, it's a misfire so brutal it's like shooting Kalina Ann at a piñata and hitting the children at the party instead. Half the time, I'm squinting at the screen thinking that's the Stampede, stumbled onto set with a silver wig, all earnest and out of place. Other times, it's like Nero threw on a red jacket and called it a day. And get this, Johnny is the only voice actor from the games with a big role, which feels like a half-assed middle finger to the legacy. Why not go in with a fresh cast, wipe the slate clean? Instead, we're stuck with this jarring, incongruous mess that screams, we didn't really think this through. Maybe Johnny's doing what he can with the scraps Shankar handed him, but when it's time for Dante's iconic one-liners, they land like wet firecrackers. Right. These ain't Dante's lines. They're Johnny Young botched. Sorry, Johnny, I couldn't resist. It's like watching a generic anime pretty boy cosplaying as a legendary devil hunter himself, spouting quips that don't even graze the swagger of the real deal. And I think that might be partially due to the fact that Johnny is kind of overexposed in the anime and video games department, but I also think it's more so due to the fact that Adi Shankar doesn't have proper vision of what Devil May Cry is and should be, like he read the DMC wiki through a busted kaleidoscope. And that ain't where the bleeding stops. Every damn thing about this Dante is a swing and miss, a betrayal so vile it's like spitting on the sacred altar of style. Dante, as his creator Hideaki Kamiya put it, is a rock star that doesn't give a shit. A brooding menace, a cool-headed danger, and style so sharp it could slice through hell itself. That's gotta scream from his design, every stitch, every shade, a testament to his rebel god swagger. But this anime, it's like they took that blueprint and used it to wipe their ass. Colors are a character's soul, the pulse of what makes Dante, Dante. Yeah. This is Year Zero Dante, but the core is non-negotiable, and this fraud's design spits on every mainline game that came before. Look at the real Dante from the mainline series. Devil May Cry 1 through Devil May Cry 5. Black, red, silver hair. Always that deep, inky black, like a void that eats light paired with a red coat that roars rebellion. And a silver mane that is pure, untouchable rockstar. It's a visual anthem carved into stone. Now, stare at this anime's imposter. Some watered down, half-assed black like you're scared of using the N-word.
The N-word. You know what the N-word is, right?
Nuclear.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
I figured you'd want to clean that up. No, it's the N-word. That's a very nasty word, right?
A beige shirt that's got the charisma of a DMV waiting room and a buckle so dull it could bore a demon to death. Who the fuck is this poser? I could spin a whole damn saga on the archetypes of those colors: black for lethal edge, red for raw passion, silver for effortless cool, but that's a rant for when I'm 3 tequilas deep. This ain't Dante. It's a generic anime wannabe playing dress up in a dollar store coat, a mockery that stinks of betrayal. The way the clothes hang off of him has no style going on for it whatsoever. The shape and outline of his silhouette feels like they took a lion, a fucking king of the wild, caged it in a zoo for so long it thinks that it is a declawed house cat mewling for kibble. There's no grit, no grime, no blood-soaked poetry, just a cosplay of a legend like some intern traced over Dante with a Netflix filter and called it a day. They stripped the soul, sanitized the edge, and replaced a demon-slaying icon with a lukewarm anime protagonist generator result. Dante is not supposed to blend in. He is supposed to disrupt the frame. Every line of his body, every flick of the sword is a visual declaration. I am the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Instead, we get silence. We get safety. We get betrayal. And don't even get me started on the characterization. I know I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said before, but they straight up MCU'd Dante. Dante is supposed to radiate supreme confidence, no second guessing, incredibly funny, the perfect amount of self-awareness to the point where even when he fumbles, he just rolls with the situation and makes it even funnier. In the series, we get none of that. None of the one-liners are good. I don't think I even laughed once. Do you guys remember Devil May Cry 3's opening when things always seem to go wrong for Dante and then he just doubles down on how fucking cool he is and makes the situation go from awkward to awesome? Like that whole sneezing debacle. We get none of that. We get this wannabe quirky goof who for some reason has some sort of Kamala Khan obsession with being a superhero. And don't even get me started on those one-liners. Adi, Dante is the rogue in red, not Kamala Khan. He is a rebel. He is not trying to be a superhero. You clearly do not understand this fundamental part of his character, nor do you comprehend how real G's can move through this world exuding danger while having quirks.
I feel like you're trying to describe yourself here.
Well, Racer X, apparently you have more insight into Devil May Cry than Adi Shankar. Dante is supposed to be the goddamn archetype of classic cool. The kind of rogue that walks into a room and owns it without even trying, leaving everyone else choking in his dust. Watching this anime, all I could think was, shit, I'm cooler than this hack. And that ain't even bragging, cause I'm fucking dope. But it's a low bar when Dante is this pathetic. Instead of the red-coated rebel, we get this insecure wannabe loser who wouldn't know swagger if it punched him in the face. Take the scene where some chick leaves her number on a napkin with her lipstick, a neon sign screaming, "Hit on me." This Dante, he is so low IQ, he misses it completely like he's blind to the game. That is the perfect setup to show Dante's Parker-level luck with women. Supremely confident and always tripped up by fate. I mean, imagine this. He spins around on his bar stool, flashes a wink, and that devil may care grin, struts over to ask her out, and then bam! A truck crushes through the wall, chaos cutting him off. That's Dante. Cool as hell, cursed by the universe, especially when it comes to romance. It'd give us a glimpse into his charm and his bad luck streak. But no, we get a garbage imitation of Raimi's Spider-Man flicks. This ain't the rogue in red, it's a sad sack imposter who fumbles every chance to shine. A betrayal so rancid it makes my blood boil. Dante is supposed to be sharp as Griffin's talons, a goddamn genius when it comes to occult lore and kicking ass with brains to match. Hideki Kamiyama, the master himself, pitched Dante as a demon hunting investigator, a stylish detective type who's got the mental chops of a supernatural scholar. In that 2001 Famitsu interview, Kamiya laid it bare. Devil May Cry started as a Resident Evil 4 prototype with Proto-Dante as a private eye tackling demonic cases, oozing cool and confidence. Think John Constantine from Hellblazer, all gritty mysticism, or Fox Mulder from The X-Files chasing truths too weird for the world. You don't get to carry that mental firepower and be a bumbling idiot. Sorry, not sorry, Adi Shankar. This anime's Dante is a low IQ imposter who couldn't spell occult if you spotted him the vowels. Now, let's talk about the fighting style. Dante lives for the thrill of the action, a guy who gets a hard-on for danger, who thrives in the ring like a goddamn gladiator god. You'd only get it if you've thrown punches or stared down chaos with a smirk, but when Dante's up against demons packing more heat than him, he's not just focused, he's grinning, reveling in the challenge, loving the fact that something's finally testing his mettle. A demon dodges his kill shot? He'd be stoked, eyes lit up, or ready to dance harder. That's the Rogan Red, the rock star who makes every fight a performance. But this anime's Dante, he's got the personality of a wet napkin. Facing down a heavy-hitting demon, he's just concentrated, all furrowed brows and generic anime protagonist vibes. The mid-fight stoic shit might work for Lady or some dime a dozen shonen hero, but for Dante, that's a betrayal that cuts real deep. Where's the feral joy? The devil-may-care swagger that says, "Hit me harder, baby. I'm just getting started." This imposter's fight feels like a chore, not a party, and it's a slap in the face to the legend who laughs in hell's face. I think one of the things that irks me the most about this depiction of Dante is exemplified when he's fighting Agni and Rudra on the plane. Dante isn't great at taunting his foes in the show. However, the demons are good at taunting him. One of the things about Dante that makes him so charming is how level-headed he is, no matter what. Unless we're talking about Vergil, but that's a special case. Agni and Rudra get his panties twisted in a bunch, and he gets all emotional. Alex? Adi? It's supposed to be the other way around. Dante is supposed to be getting the best of those two retards. I genuinely do not know why they thought this would be good storytelling. Now let's talk about the second straight-up travesty. Lady, the badass queen of Devil May Cry, reduced to a foul-mouthed caricature that's so juvenile, it makes my skin crawl. Why the hell did Adi Shankar and his crew make her cuss like a sailor who stubbed his toe? It's like they can't wrap their heads around the fact that a woman could be badass without spewing profanity like a teenager trying to sound tough. This ain't Lady. Not a shred of it comes from the source material. The voice actress does what she can with this dumpster fire script, and props to her for that, but this whole thing is so off, like watching a cover band butcher your favorite song. Shankar's got this half-baked nod to Marvel vs. Capcom 2's art style, which fine, looks cool on paper, but then he slaps Lady into a special ops unit that's some kind of tribute to Captain Commando. Okay, let me scream this from the rooftops. Devil May Cry is rock and roll, not some pixelated arcade sidekick squad. Get it straight, Adi. This ain't your nostalgia trip. It is betrayal to the core. In the games, Lady's a silhouette of every rocker's fever dream, the kind of woman who greets you back at home, seductively sitting on a couch, brandishing a bottle of whiskey, pack of Marlboro Reds, raise your limp dick from the dead, and make love to you on a bed of heavy metal riffs, all while packing enough danger to make demons weep. She's effortlessly sexy, stylish, and lethal. A Molotov cocktail of allure and ass-kicking. But in this anime, she's desexualized to hell and back, stripped of her fire, edge, her everything. No trace of that raw, untamed feral vibe that makes Lady a legend. Instead, we get a generic, try-hard tough chick who sounds like she's auditioning for a PG-13 action flick in 2022. And beyond that, bro, Dante is Devil May Cry. She may have had more screen time and character development than Dante in the series ×2. And my G, that shit ain't cool. As for the rest of the characters, well, they're outright pathetic, uninteresting, or within the lore of Devil May Cry make absolutely no sense. Like, why does Cavalier Angelo, who doesn't show up till Devil May Cry 5, have electric prowess? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the electricity came because the entity possessed Trish, who happens to have lightning bolts, be her thing. Then there's Enzo, whose character development hits like a wet fart, completely out of nowhere, unearned, and so insignificant. This guy's arc feels like Shankar threw darts at a cliche board and called it a day. And don't even get me started on the vice president. A cartoon villain so telegraphed you could smell his evil from the opening credits, spitting weird, cliche diatribe made to paint Christianity in a bad light that fit into Castlevania knockoff, but have no business in Devil May Cry's world. We got a little bit of Vergil, but we'll talk about that later. Now is a good time to gut the plot of this Devil May Cry anime, and surprise, surprise, it's a steaming pile of garbage. A narrative dumpster fire that fails by every damn metric. This thing is so bad, it makes my tattoos itch like they're begging to get peeled off. And remember, they're on my soul, so I gotta reach really deep within. The pacing, a drunken stumble through a minefield, tripping over itself with no rhythm or soul. The way it's cut, like Shankar handed a toddler with a pair of scissors and said, run around with these things and go wild. It's really irresponsible. Scenes skip back and forth like a bad mixtape, action scene, cut to some boring ass talkie bit, then back to the action as if they're terrified you'll change the channel. It's not storytelling, it's a desperate plea to keep the TikTok generation's goldfish attention spans hooked, sprinkling the quote unquote boring stuff amidst the fights like they've got no faith in the tale that they're spinning. And why should they? The plot's got no spine. No steez, no trace of the rock and roll epic Devil May Cry demands. And so let's talk about the story beats, because this Devil May Cry anime plot is so damn weightless it makes a Saturday morning cartoon look like Shakespeare. Every stake, every drop of drama, every action setup, every scrap of character development, it's also flimsy, it floats away like a cheap balloon. The shit's got less gravity than a Monster of the Week kiddie show that you'd flip past while hungover on a lazy weekend. I was bored, bro. Fucking bored. Let that sink in. I was anime, and I'm throwing those quotation marks around like barbed wire because this ain't the real deal. Boredom in anything tied to Devil May Cry is a cardinal sin. Shankar's idiotic decision to jam politics into Devil May Cry, a series that thrives on universal themes like family, redemption, and kicking demon ass with style. Devil May Cry is a goddamn rock opera weaving tales of loss, hope, spiritual awakening, family, and redemption that hit everyone, no matter where you're from. No preaching required. But Shankar, he's out here pandering to the fart-sniffing crowd, the pretentious types who would scoff at video games unless they're called The Last of Us, and jerk off to deep narratives while sneering at Devil May Cry's raw, unapologetic soul. It's like Adi sat in a boardroom scratching his head and thought, oh, how do I get these snobs to clap for my show? Oh, I'll just pick a political villain everyone hates. The Bush administration! Yeah, bro, that's a cute idea for your trash Call of Duty fanfic. Not Devil May Cry. You absolute doofus. This ain't a soapbox for your edgy hot takes, man. It's Dante stage. A world of gothic haze and jukebox jams. Not CNN sticking its hand up your ass using you like their jizz-stained sock puppet. And you know what's kind of funny? Early on in this video, I dragged this anime for having Dante Jack Nero's Devil Trigger theme like some Reddit tier clout chaser, but Shankar's grimy paws go way deeper. This Dante doesn't just swipe Nero's song, he straight up loots his entire Devil May Cry 4 and Devil May Cry 5 story arc, the beating heart of Nero's journey, and slaps it on like a cheap knockoff coat. In Devil May Cry 4 and Devil May Cry 5, Nero is a lost kid in the dark, clueless that Vergil is his dad, and that his creeper religion is worshipping his granddad Sparda like some demonic saint. That's Nero's struggle, bro. Figuring out that his bloodline while slicing through Sanctus's goons and facing Vergil's shadow. But this anime, Dante's either playing dumb about Sparda being his dad or straight up ignorant, acting like he's never heard of the guy. I've got a theory though. Check that burnt half of Dante's face when they're telling him about Sparda, all scarred and shady. Maybe he's two-faced, hiding what he knows. If Dante was feigning ignorance, however, I feel as though that whole plot point could have been done way better. But this is just creatively bankrupt, plain and simple, and I'll scream it till my throat is raw, which it kinda is right now. And that brings me to another issue I have with this anime. Every damn demon in Demonsville knows Dante is the son of Sparda from the jump, like they've got his wanted poster pinned on Hell's bulletin board. That robs one of the coolest story elements of the games, where demons, in their smug-ass hubris, do not clock that this human-looking punk is Sparda's heir until he's strutting, slashing, or finally noticing the way that he carries himself. And by then, it's too late. Dante's already got them by the throat, and the legacy that they cursed and damned comes back to haunt them in a fatal, oh shit! Think Devil May Cry 1, when Phantom gets too cocky, only to realize, while fatally impaled, Dante's steez just screams, "Son of Sparda." That's the allure, bro. Dante's human form is his ultimate deception, a middle finger to the meanest, grittiest demons, letting him topple hell's baddest before they even know what hit him. But in Shankar's anime, we're robbed of that magic. Every demon's got Dante's ID before the fight even starts, killing the mystique of his legacy, the weight of Sparda's shadow. And beyond that, everyone is telling him who he is. It's like stripping Dante of his ace card, leaving us with a hollow shell of a story that's got no soul, and no stakes, and no Devil May Cry. And when Dante comes to terms that he is the son of Sparda, the delivery of the line, "and also, I think I'm the son of Sparda," it's like he's reading off a bar napkin after way too many shots. The delivery is so lifeless, half joking, half baked. It's like Shankar forgot what a legacy reveal should feel like. This Dante has got demons and randos telling him who he is, handing the rebel bad boy of video games his identity like it's a participation trophy. That is not the hero who has inspired me to be who I am for decades. Dante does not need Adi's cliff notes to know his bloodline. He's supposed to seize his own legacy on his own terms, maybe staring down a Sparda statue, rebellion grip tight and declaring, "I'm that guy's son, and I'm here to raise hell." That's Devil May Cry. Instead, Shankar gives us this limp, jokey nonsense where others define the ultimate bad boy rebel of gaming, stealing his agency and soul. This is supposed to be somewhat of an awakening to who he is and his legacy, and the payout of the whole scene just feels so unearned. Then you have the storytelling sin that makes this Devil May Cry anime a straight up mockery. The brain dead idea that demons are just misunderstood demons with a slight DNA tweak, like they're one lab test away from a hug. What makes Sparda's rebellion in the game so damn powerful is the raw truth that the ultimate archetype of evil, a demon lord, pure and vile, could dig deep and find the spark of what makes a human human. Love. Sparda's defection to humanity, driven by his love for Eva, is a middle finger to hell, proving that even the darkest creatures can chase redemption. But Shankar's anime, it turns demons into some misunderstood sob story like they're Iraqi refugees othered by a cruel world begging for a pat on the head. That's not just lame. Again, it is a betrayal that rips the guts out of Sparda's story. By making demons glorified mutants, Shankar cheapens Sparda's choice, turning his epic rebellion into a footnote, his love for humanity into a diversity seminar. Listen, Adi, some stories should lean on the mystical instead of the scientific. Devil May Cry is one of them, and it's pretty clear to me as an occultist that you haven't done your homework in that realm, or any realm to be completely honest. Before I wrap up the negative stuff, I've got to mention some weird plot holes that the story has. Like, for example, Dante acknowledging but never questioning his rapid healing factor, which implies that he's kind of dumb. This anime's Dante, he's dumber than a sack of hammers. And that is a betrayal that spits on my boy's razor mind. And then there's a head scratcher, Vergil and the rabbit. Vergil tells Rabbit he needs Dante's blood, and Rabbit, all cocksure, replies that he's been collecting Sparda's juice for weeks, voice dripping with, "I got this." But hold up, earlier Rabbit had Dante dead to rights, face mangled in a car wreck, and he didn't take a drop? What the hell, Shankar? You telling me that this schemer passed up a free blood bank when Dante was down for the count? It's a contradiction so blatant, it really does make my brain itch. The kind of lazy writing that'd get laughed out of a Devil May Cry fanfic forum. And don't even get me started on the Rabbit himself, strutting around like a Cold War Bond villain, spouting lowbrow jabs at America like he's auditioning for a knockoff spy flick. This ties right into the show's half-baked political commentary. Bush era shade and othered demon refugees that I already roasted for pandering to the fart-sniffing snobs. Long story short, it fucking sucks. After roasting this Devil May Cry anime to the 9 circle of hell, it's time for some aftercare, or whatever's left in my blacked out heart to give. Let's scrape together the good stuff, but fair warning, it's a post-it note next to a CVS receipt of the garbage this show's been slinging. Don't expect me to go soft. Okay, one more thing. We need to talk about the animation in this anime. It reeks of that Netflix house style where everything has been scrubbed clean of attitude like they're afraid of offending the algorithm. You know the look. Polished but dead-eyed, the same soulless sameness that plagues every quote-unquote adult action anime. that they churn out. It's like Dante got neutered and dumped into a bland template that they've used a dozen times already. Gone is a cocky strut, the reckless grin, the I just shotgun a demon and might light a cigarette off the barrel kind of energy. And what's left? A tired silhouette with no rhythm, no danger, and no bite. And the color palette, Jesus. In the games, the world is hell. Grimy, broken, oozing with sin, and Dante's the one red spark that cuts through it. His coat isn't just red, it is a flare, a symbol of challenge. It tells a whole room, yeah, I'm here to wreck shit. The level of design frames him. He's the constant in the chaos. But here, in the anime, it looks like he was lit by a goddamn ring light. Everything is too poppy, too flat, like they dipped the entire show in bubblegum and forgot contrast was a thing. Why is everything so bright? Nothing stands out. So the red coat, it doesn't roar, it whimpers. When it dips into CGI though, it's not a total eyesore, but let's just say I didn't wince too hard. Look, I'm trying to be nice here, okay? The action scenes, they're mostly cool with the choreography that pops off like a well-timed combo. Sleek, fast, and kinda cool, but here's the rub. The build-up to most of these brawls just feels so unearned. Like, Shankar is tossing in these fights to keep you awake while thinking, oh great, another action scene. Who cares? While nodding off like a junkie. It's like the Devil May Cry meter is stuck on a D rank no matter how slick the moves look. I'm digging deep, spilling whatever's in my head, but even saying this feels like squeezing blood from a stone. If I just caught the YouTube fight highlights, no story, I'd nod and say, yeah, that's pretty cool. But that's it, my G. A flicker of light in a dumpster fire that can't touch Devil May Cry's rock and roll glory. Now, let's talk voice actors, because a few of them actually showed up to work despite Shankar's dumpster fire script. Hunley as Rabbit? Man, that dude is standout. Breathing raw life into a villain who's otherwise a stale Cold War, Bond, wannabe cliche straight out of a bad spy flick. Lee's deliveries got the slick menace that almost makes you forget Rabbit's stuck in a lackluster plot, and props for him pulling that off because it's like spinning gold from straw. Honestly, I think he would have made for really good Arkham. Scout Taylor Compton as Lady, despite the foul-mouthed try-hard script I already roasted, she nails the authentic nod to Lady's Devil May Cry 3 and Devil May Cry 4's voice actress Carrie Walgren, who apparently voiced Echidna in the series with a vibe that feels true to the Queen's lethal charm. Plus, Compton's got a really nice voice, even if the words she's stuck with are pure 2022 PG-13 cringe. And then there's the late, great Kevin Conroy giving us one last hurrah. Jobless. Another thing that I did appreciate with the series, although it didn't fully nail the vibe, was Dante's budding romance with Lady. And to be completely honest, I only like it in theory. I didn't really feel the sexual tension between the two, but again, I appreciate the effort. This anime though, it fumbles a bag. Dante doesn't get to work his Devil May Care magic, charming Lady against her will with that smirky bad boy swagger that'd make her roll her eyes but blush. That is the Devil May Cry way, my friend. Him winning her over despite her steel, not this bland, going through the motion script. The writing team did drop the ball, serving up a romance so flat it hides all of Lady's curves underneath that Captain Commando getup. Yeah, sure, there's always season 2, but after this abomination, I'm not even sure I got the stomach to sit through more of Shankar's mess. Props for trying, I guess. Here's a pro that might just be the low bar that Shankar set, but damn, they actually had some kind of vision for Vergil. The real Vergil, not that imposter demon bullshit. His arc's one of the things in this mess that does feel honest, like it's got a shred of integrity, a flicker of Devil May Cry's soul. Compare Vergil's intro to Dante's in this series, and it's like night and day, bro. Dante's fumbled like a dollar store cosplayer, all goofy quips and stolen arcs, but Vergil, he slides in with a presence that almost fits this bootsy-ass pre-9/11 New York City world Shankar cooked up. It's like the series was built around Vergil's story more than Dante's, which is wild, because again, say it with me, Dante is Devil May Cry. I can't quite pin it down, but Vergil's minimal screen time, and props to Adi and Alex for keeping it tight, carries a weight the rest of this ensemble cannot touch. I'm intrigued, man. Playing Mundus, faking his loyalty to scam the Demon King, or straight up betraying Sparda's legacy, which feels off from his arc in the video games. Either which way, there's a spark of love in how they handled him, unlike the dumpster fire of Dante's arc, low IQ, unsparta reveals, and all. Those covers of Devil May Cry classics, Bury the Light and Devil Trigger, are weak as hell, all pop and sheen, but no bite. But Power Glove storms in like a demon-slaying hurricane, nailing that Devil May Cry rock and roll fire so hard it's pure chaos unleashed. Dante's theme, Monster, drops just at the right moments, pumping you up like a shot of pure adrenaline, making me want to kick the sleep paralysis demon that has had me zoning out throughout this whole bore fest right in the teeth. It's rock and roll, raw and unhinged, echoing the hardcore edge of Devil May Cry 3, 4, and 5's battle tracks and metal-soaked anthems. Standouts like Apartment and Rooftop Chase, they hit with the perfect Devil May Cry grit, blowing past Shankar's limp new metal picks and preachy rage tracks like they're nothing. These songs are so damn inspiring, I'm ready to grab a guitar and start riffing again, sparked by their sheer badass energy. Power Glove gets it, and seemingly they're the only ones that do, crafting a sound that is so bold, fierce, and everything this series should be unlike the rest of this mess. And thank God they actually got this part right. After torching this Devil May Cry anime like it's a demon in Dante's crosshairs, I gotta say, I can't recommend this charred corpse to a single soul. Newcomers, this'll screw up Devil May Cry's tone so bad it's like watching a stranger in a red coat flashing his 2-inch dick to you and your children while you're just trying to have some wholesome family time in the playground. Unrecognizable and a mockery of the saga's soul. Calling the characterization a bastardization, well, that's too kind. It's like Shankar took all of these beloved characters, gutted their essence, and stitched them into these generic anime husks. Dante's low IQ goof, Dante's foul-mouthed character, and the story beats? Shoddy, weightless lies that spit on the source material's mythic fire, from Sparda's love to family stakes. Even the few glimmers, Vergil's arc, which had some guts, and Power Glove's killer OST, they can't save this wreck. It's like Adi Shankar had all access to Capcom's Vatican-level archive of unreleased Devil May Cry material and still walked out of it with a Reddit-level comprehension of the series. That ain't good. We Devil May Cry fans deserve better, bro. We deserve something godly. Not this knife in the back. Skip season 2. Trust me. And if you're curious, like staring at a car crash, sail the 7 seas if you catch my drift. Cause this ain't worth your coin. Season 2 is going to be more of the same garbage, mark my words. Netflix's Devil May Cry scrapes a measly 2 feasts out of 10 famines. My lowest score ever, slapped on my favorite IP. This is a sad day for me. And that wound cuts deep. Alright, Adi, hand over the Yamato, or better yet, the Devil May Cry license, to someone who actually gives a damn, cause this ain't it. So, what do y'all think? Was I too harsh? Did some of you weirdos actually like this? Drop your takes in the comments and tell me why you are dead wrong. I'm Locust, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and maybe next week, if I'm pissed enough, I'll drop that Audi expose I've been cooking.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Locust from the future, or past, whatever, time is relative. Anyways, as this thing is at the end of being edited, James Van Der Beek recently died. I bring this up because Adi Shankar was very good friends with James, at least according to him. And you know, where I'm a terrible person on paper, in practice, I'd like to think otherwise. And I'm not going to kick a grieving dog while it's down. Sometimes we gotta learn from my boy Ichiban and practice forgiveness. So my juicy little hit piece is indefinitely delayed at this point unless Apu Shankar does something egregiously offensive again. Although some might argue releasing season 2 is just that. Alright, later.
Johnny!